Test, test. We live?
It's connecting.
I'll send you the roster.
Alright, we're live.
All right, here we are live at French Memorial Park. Dino Varelli and Zach Gerstner here for Project Purple Sports streaming Seymour baseball here, taking on the 8-5 Ansonia Chargers, coming in hot. Seymour starts off at 7-5. Our lineup here, we're going to give the Ansonia lineup uh, here, starting for Ansonia, number 9, Jerome Benjamin, center fielder. Zach got through some technical difficulties, but it looks like we are live here on Project
Yeah.
Purple Sports. Ansonia comes in 8-5, as I said. Foul ball. Coaching staff for Ansonia is Patrick Palmer, the head coach, Jeff Rotnick, assistant coach, also assisted by Vince Delavope and Matt Pitney. Chargers are hot. They come in on a win streak here into Seymour. Working the count. That's about 6 pitches here. I think we're in on this first batter, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 pitches, 3 foul balls, 2 strikes, I think 2 balls.
So Jackson Benjamin, who's center fielder here, leads it off for Ansonia, number 9. Another foul ball. That's got to be pitch number 7 here.
Yeah, and pitching for your Seymour Wildcats is Aiden Denegris.
Both teams, Zach, come in similar record. This is a hit by pitch there. I had to be. I don't have an exact pitch count, but I think that was pitch number 8 here.
Yeah.
Second batter up here is our shortstop, Daniel Roddick, number 8. So first inning, top of the first, no outs, runner on first. Daniel Rotnick here for Ansonia.
Looks like he might go. Runner on first. Yeah, and he's
And
off.
off. Outside, catcher didn't go to the backstop. He stopped it, which was good, but runner advances to second base here. Benjamin.
No throw down either.
No. So as I was saying, this is a division rivalry. Both these teams play in the same division in the NVL, Naugatuck Valley. But both teams are very young, Zach. Both teams have a wealth of youngsters on the team, as I guess we say, both juniors and sophomores. Not really like a senior-laden team as some of the other teams here in the league. So I guess you could say both teams are kind of in a rebuild here for their programs.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it should be fun though to watch these young guys is taking the other way down the line, and that'll score a run.
Benjamin comes in, and Daniel Rotnick with a single RBI. So apologize for the wind here. We are dealing with some elements here, whether it's some wind background here from our microphones from the wind, or possibly the glare off of the TV screen here for us. But we're making it work here at French Park, going live here with Seymour Athletics, in particular Seymour baseball.
Actually, I just want to make a quick apology. We were not live. We were unlisted, which means no one could see what we were doing for the past 3 minutes.
There we go.
From some of our tests to make sure we had everything up and running before. But I do want to turn quickly to the Seymour defensive lineup. So as we mentioned, Aiden Denegris is your pitcher. Catching is David Casanova. At first base, we have Ben Fetzko. Second, we have Jack Casey. Playing shortstop is Kobe Ruggiero. Third base is Noah Prodon. In left field, we have Ryan Babineau. Oh, and there's a foul ball our way. In center field, we have Shane Bam White. And followed in right field, we have Connor Racine.
And for Ansonia, we're batting first, playing center field is Jackson Benjamin. Batting second, playing shortstop, Daniel Rotnick. Batting third right now is Ashmere Pedreza, center field. So we'll keep it at that. The runner did advance on a steal there, Zach, as you were giving, I think as we went live, number 8, Daniel Roddick, who has an RBI single to score the only run of the game right now, which Looks like the scoreboard is not working right now, but it's 1-0 Ansonia. Oh,
Honestly, it didn't even look like a shortstop was expecting the throwback there, Dino.
yeah. So
Oh,
that looked pretty good from here,
and,
right? So we're in an interesting vantage point. We're on an angle here, so we're not behind the plate or out in center field. But as we were saying, both teams are kind of in a rebuild in the sense that they've got a lot of young players, juniors, sophomores, some freshmen playing on both teams. Both teams have actually grown in terms of players this past year. Both teams come in with very similar records. We've got a division clash here in the NVL. Um, Seymour comes in at 7-5, Ansonia 8-5. This week's actually a pretty big week for a lot of baseball, a lot of games being played. And that's a foul ball. Oh,
oh,
that hit a car. Good thing we didn't park there.
yeah. Someone's gonna need a new windshield.
That sounds like, yeah, yeah, that's it. Hopefully they got glass coverage. So excited to be back here streaming Seymour High School sports. Coming off a successful basketball season with the Seymour boys basketball, we're back at it with baseball, and also we'll be doing softball come Friday. So Ashmere Pedreza gets the walk here. Two runners on for Brendan Lynch, number 25. If this is the same Lynch from basketball, two-store player possibly. Lynch is a pretty popular family, big family in Ansonia, well known for its sports players. We got first and second, one out, or no outs, actually.
Yeah,
1-0 Ansonia here, looking to make it a couple more runs here. Top of the first, though.
I will say, Denegris looks rattled on the mound right now.
Yeah, he doesn't look good, Zach. I think that the first batter, what was it, about 9 pitches to
Yep,
earn that walk, and then
a single right
yeah,
down the.
that quick single. But then Ashmere will kind of work the count. I wasn't keeping track. It looks like it's he really worked him a bit. A couple pitches, that one trying to get him picked off there at second base, but a couple foul balls by Ashmere. One that hit a car window. It sounded like.
And actually, here comes Casanova to talk to Denegris here, kind
Yeah.
of calm him down a little bit. I will say the scoreboard is working now. For those, you could probably see it.
We don't get balls and strikes, Zach, which I guess we'll have to figure out here, do it ourselves. But from our vantage point, kind of hard. And also, Connecticut high school baseball, you got two umpires. You got one behind the home plate, and then one that kind of floats around there in the infield. I know for some of the playoff games they add additional umpires, but for most games you're looking at two umps.
This is a good. Oh,
I looked a little high. Ball. That's ball three.
I think so.
Lynch is patient here. He might have the green light here. Let's see what they give him.
No,
Another ball.
that looks like
That,
ball three now.
that looks like ball three.
You know what I will say? I don't know if you know the ruling on it, but it looks like Lynch is using a wood bat, and I don't know if that's required for Connecticut high school sports or if you get the option to use wood or aluminum. But that's very interesting to me.
That's ball four. Not a good start here for Denegris. It looks like he's pitcher's going to come out. You know, that's the one thing with so a couple rules. Connecticut high school baseball, you've got pitch counts, right? In terms of pitchers, and then you know, I know some teams this week are playing 3, 4 games, so you're back to back to back with pitch counts. And if you don't have a deep rotation, looks like Seymour's got 6 or 7 kids there in the dugout. Um, Antonia's got quite a few kids here as well. So depending on these rotations, how deep they go, could be a long, long afternoon here for either team if they don't have
Could
that pitching strength built up.
It could be, but I don't know the exact mercy rules, but I do know
I
there
think
is a
it's
mercy
yeah,
rule in
there is a mercy
effect.
rule. I think it's 10 runs, Zach. I think if my memory
I'm
serves me correct.
assuming it
We'll have
comes
to
into effect in the fourth inning, I would assume, but we're not sure. That might be something to watch here with bases loaded and no outs here for Ansonia.
we'll have to make a mental note here, and that'll be something we'll have to take a look at. So up here for Ansonia, number 3, Owen Galbraith, third baseman here. He's got bases loaded. Takes ball 1. Oh, is that ball 2? So second ball here. The scoreboard, is throwing me off here. I just see zeros there, so I figure you started the count here. So 2 balls here. Ball 3 on Denegris here. Looks like he's going to get another visit from the catcher.
Yeah, he's struggled with his command so far to start off the game. And then so far, when he does have it going, they're just fouling it off or ended up one hit so far on 5, 6 batters right now. So it's a little rough here so far. But if Seymour can get out of here with maybe 1, 2 runs allowed, they'll be. I'd take that as a win defensively.
So 0-3 to Owen here. Let's see. He takes the pitch. No, he got a strike. So 1-3. Owen Galbraith. Let's see here. Coach tells him that he's got the free range here to swing. I don't. No outs. Swung at a double
Could be
play
two
ball.
here.
Got him. So Ansonia score 1, but Seymour gets 2 much needed outs here. Uh, Owen Galbraith with an RBI, and next up is Tully Zost, right fielder, number 21 here for Ansonia. 2 outs with a runner on third. 2-0. Pretty good outcome there for Seymour, though. Get 2 and only give up a run.
I agree, but
Hard pitch. That's going to be got to be an error there on number 2. That ball just went right through him. So
yeah,
Ansonia will make it 3-0 here on the error by number 2 here for Seymour.
that'll be Kobe Ruggiero with the error. When I played back in the day, always get in front of the ball. Worst case, hits your chest, stay in front of you.
Yeah, that was a hard line drive there by Tully Zost. Well, not line drive, but on the ground. Number 7, Nick Ardito up here. Runner goes. I'm going to give him second base. So 2 outs. Nick Ardito here up at bat. I believe that was a ball up high.
It's 3-0 here. On the top of the first here for Ansonia.
I believe Ruggiero is typically their catcher too. I thought possibly. He usually
Hmm.
plays catcher. No, he's their standard shortstop here. This is our first game, so
Please bear with us a bit.
yeah, as we get through some of these technical aspects here, as we rotate through the Seymour Sports here. But Ardito here looking to give Ansonia another run here. Base runner on second. Takes another ball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been able to gauge the strike zone here that the ump's doing back there, but it looks like it's very small so far to start off the game.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a.
That's a strike. Okay. So 1-2 here to our Ardito. Sorry for the wind background noise. This happens when you're going live. Foul ball.
Oh,
2-2. Oh, someone almost got hit.
yeah.
So runner on second. Tully Zoss, right fielder, and Nick Ardito, who's their DH actually, number 7 here. Looks like 2-2 with a runner on second, 2 outs. So let's see if we can either add to this Ansonia lead here in the top of the first, or Seymour can get out of this inning and then get their chance to bat. Looks like the sun has dipped underneath some clouds. Runner goes.
Should be a batter's interference there.
Looks like some parents from the stands.
I,
Coach is going to come out and argue the
I,
call, I
I
think.
was gonna say it looked like batter's interference to me. Catcher didn't have a chance to throw down.
Looks like the ruling. Looks like we're going to have a conference here of the umpires. I know the parents from the stands are arguing that there was interference there, but not sure what the ruling is here. Looks like there's going to be a conversation between the two umpires. He's safe. No interference. I guess catcher wanted interference there from the batter. Nick Ardito, though, I think that's going to be a full count here. 2-3. Don't know what the rule. Zach, I guess their batter has to. He looks like someone said he was in the box, so I guess if he stayed in the box, the batter's box, he's okay. Wow, strike three. Looks like that
Looking.
was like looking. So Seymour gets out of the inning. Ansonia gets three on them, top of the first. Uh, Kind of a weird ending there. Like questionable call, I guess, of interference on that steal, but was it interference? I don't know. We got to look into that ruling as well. But as we head to the middle of the first here, Ansonia goes up 3-0 on Seymour.
Yeah, and actually we'll bring your batting lineup here to you. So leading off for your Seymour Wildcats, you have Kobe Ruggiero, followed by Jacob Brito, Shane White, and in cleanup you have Noah Perdone with Aiden Denigris following him in the 5 spot, Jack Casey batting 6, David Casanova batting 7, Ben Fetzko batting 8, and then Ryan Babineau batting 9.
And for Ansonia, in terms of fielding, center field, you've got, uh, sorry about that, Jackson Benjamin in center field. Shortstop is Daniel Rotnick. Center field is Ashmere Pedraza. First base is Brendan Lynch. Third base is Owen Galbraith. Right field is Tully Zost. Your pitcher is Brandon McDougal. Left field is Benjamin Ekstrand. And second base is Ben Rujo.
So we just said something about maybe having an issue with lefty pitchers. Camera angle, and of course,
We got a lefty.
yeah,
So Ansonia's got quite the squad, Zach. As we look here, the differences as the teams take the field here. There's probably 15 to 14 kids in the dugout. And looking at the substitution players, looks like Ansonia's got quite some depth in terms of substitution. So I don't know if that's a disadvantage or an advantage. You have kids sitting on the bench. I tend to think, as we said, like with pitching, the more pitchers you have, the more strength and the more depth you have in terms of pitching. So here we go. First pitch here for Ansonia. Looks like high. Ball one. Benjamin McDougal on the mound. Kobe Ruggiero.
took a hack at that one.
Looks like that was a fastball down the or a slider. It's kind of hard to tell from our angle, especially since we have a lefty.
Roped up the middle. Kobe Ruggiero starts it off for Seymour with a single.
So a good sign for Seymour here, getting their first batter on base. So let's see if they can get some momentum here. I know Ansonia got on them quick here in that first inning, so let's see if they can give their pitcher some rest here in between the inning and make something happen here in this bottom of the first inning.
And now batting for Seymour is Jacob Brito.
High and inside.
You know what? As a right-handed batter, though, against lefty, you do have the advantage. It's the one thing you do know, which is good for Seymour here.
Looks like a strike, so 1-1 is the count. Uh-oh. Runner caught. Wow. I think Ruggiero
I
was
think they may get him with a
oh,
balk
on
here,
the balk.
actually. Maybe.
They're going to talk about this. Too bad we don't have instant replay. Looks like the first base coach was calling for a balk. We got the umpires from the stands, and it looks like it's I don't know. There's some confusion here
Yeah, I don't know what's going
between
on.
the umpires. This is a little bit different than basketball here, guys. So sorry about this for the
Yeah.
fans watching. Oh, I agree. He's out. Okay. So I don't know about that. I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if the pitcher balked. I guess if he moved before making
Well,
his motion.
yeah, it depends. So if he lifts up his leg and he starts going towards home, then they'll get him with a balk. But I'm assuming he lifted his leg up and stepped towards first, which, if that's what the ump saw, then that's a clean pickoff move.
So one out here. Scoreboard says 2 outs, but it's 1 out here for Ansonia. Looks like it's 1-3 here count on Seymour on Jacob Brito here. Let's see if he can make something happen.
Oh,
Hard hit outfield, dropped by Ansonia. Looks like they're gonna hold him.
I think he might have had it there.
So Zach, that's got to be error on number 2 there, or excuse me, center fielder.
Yeah, I don't have all the.
Ashmere Padria. He dropped that clearly in his glove. So two costly errors here for both teams. Let's see if Seymour can make this one count. Up to bat is for Seymour with one runner on.
Oh, they just picked him off again.
Uh,
Oh, never
balk.
mind. They got him on the balk this time.
Uh-oh. And Sonia's coach is coming out to argue this.
And actually, batting for Seymour, we now have Shane Bam White behind the plate.
Apologize for the crowd background noise here. It's a little heated rivalry here, and we happen to be in the visitor section, I think. Coach is, I think the Ansonia coach is not happy with that call, but umpires waved him off. So runner goes to second. Shane White,
Swinging
hard
for the
swing.
fences.
I think one of the assistant coaches just telling the pitcher to focus on the batter. Two strikes here. Two hard pitches by McDougal. Strike 3.
And that's the second out there for Ansonia.
Seymour unable to capitalize here on some runners, base runners. Looks like that ball kind of fired up McDougal. 3 hard pitches down the middle. Looks like
Noah Perdone will be batting here for Seymour.
Sonia Bench kind of fired up after that balk. 4th strike in a row for McDougal. I think he's fired up. He's been throwing hard since that balk. Zach, I don't know if he's.
It was a nice off-speed pitch there.
It's 5 strikes in a row by McDougal. I don't know. I think that balk kind of fired him up.
Runner goes. Throw down. He's in there safe. Brito with a stolen base.
So, first ball out of 6 pitches here by McDougal after that balk. Let's see if Seymour can capitalize here with a runner on third, 2 outs. Pitch counts 2-1. Looks like there's some arguing up in the stands. Apologize for the language. 2-2 here for the pitcher. Foul ball high. That's going to be
And
out of
it's
play.
going right back there.
That's out of play. So still 2-2. Proden seems like he's battling here a little bit, trying to break McDougal's momentum here. He came out hard after that balk. Looks like catcher is going to have a little conversation with him. So a little firedness here, Zach, from both sides, huh?
Yeah, and then
We haven't even gotten to the second inning, and we've got a
and
heated game here at the bottom of the first.
and in the stands as well.
Yeah, 3-2, full count here for Seymour with a runner on third here, 2 outs. Let's see if they can make something happen here. That's a walk, so Seymour patiently now. Runners on first and third. Looks like there's going to be a little conference here on the mound
Yeah,
by
I
the
think they're either
coach.
gonna tell him runners in, maybe not runners in, corners in. Probably stay double play depth. You don't need a double play, but then makes the easy pitch to second, saves a throw across the field, an errant throw. But we'll see what happens. And actually, now we have batting Seymour's pitcher, Aiden Denegris.
I always think it's interesting. I know Major League, I mean, American League batters, pitchers don't bat, right? And, so for a while, National Leagues were neither, right? Or were, right? And I don't think they are anymore. So it's always interesting as players, at the college level, high school level, that pitchers actually bat, see how these guys actually fare on the opposite side. High, ball one. So McDougal, after 5 straight strikes after that ball, looks like Seymour's taking advantage a little bit here. Walk, high pop up. That's going to
I
be
lost that one.
in the trees there behind the backstop. So 1-1 here. 2 outs. Runners on first and third here for Seymour. Down 3. Let's see if they can capitalize or if Ansonia can stop this little rally. High
Yeah.
ball.
If I'm Brito here, I'm taking as big of a lead as you can get because McDougal is not able to look him back as a lefty here. This is his only disadvantage.
Ball 3. 1-3 here. So Zach, you got runners on first and third. I don't know, a guy at first. You got to be ready here for a hit.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Or
I haven't tried to steal the runner.
yeah, pop up. Let's see if that's in play. Doesn't look like it's in play. Catcher's calling off the pitcher. McDougal with the grab gets out of the inning.
Yeah, that's weird. Normally the pitcher isn't mobile like that going all the way around. It's one thing they try to teach you, but I don't know.
Also, McDougal's pretty tall here, man. I'm just looking over there. I mean, he's probably one of the taller players on the team. He's seeing eye to eye with the coach. So you got a lefty who's got some height. And he's pretty mobile. Looks like there's a conference here with the umpires talking to the catcher here. I don't know if there was something said for Seymour here in between the innings. I don't. Again, a rivalry game. We've got some fans showing up here. We just had a discussion in the back.
Yeah,
Ansonia
discussions.
coach gathering the kids here, kind of firing them up here as they come up to bat. So 3-0 going to the top of the second. Seymour wasn't able to take advantage of runners on first and third, 2 outs. So let's see if they can hold these Chargers here this inning and see what happens. There's a lot of conferencing. I know that the camera can't see here, but Ansonia team very impressed with the coaching staff here. Talking to the kids quite a bit. I know we're on the visitor side, so no disrespect to Seymour. We saw that before too as well, but seems like Ansonia is doing a little bit more of this gathering in between innings, and I know they used that timeout, or not timeout, but the coach used that visit to the mound there when Seymour looked to get some momentum, but Ansonia quickly was able to kind of settle down and gather themselves, and so kind of coaching strategy here with baseball, Zach, that we don't normally see in
Yeah,
basketball,
exactly.
where you have a lot of these times where coaches can kind of gather and talk to the kids versus in basketball where it's usually a timeout or the end of the quarter or halftime, right? Where baseball is a little bit different.
You normally see very animated coaches on the basketball sidelines
Yeah,
there, especially, you know, Joe Carfiello. He was always
yeah.
very animated out
We
there.
saw plenty of those this year baseball. So up to bat is our pitcher here for Ansonia, Brandon McDougal, and batting righty looks like.
No, lefty.
Lefty, right? Okay. So
And
let's see if pitcher can make something happen here to lead off the top of the second.
I will say it is nice with a lefty batter. We get more of a vantage point.
Strike one, hard pitch there by Seymour.
Yeah, Denigris looks more put together right now after that rough first inning. Maybe he's got that out of the way. And that one looked,
Little low. 1-1 is the pitch count, I believe here. So Zach, we got to be careful here for foul balls.
yeah,
2-1. Sorry for the wind noise here, for the background noise. Apologize for that. Hard foul ball.
just poked at it. I mean, he's not staying in the box here. He keeps looking like almost in softball where you hit it, start leaving early. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not staying in there. That's got him, yeah.
Strikeout. This looks like the first strikeout for Denigris here. McDougal goes down on 4 pitches. So next up is left fielder Ben Elkstrand, our number 9 here for Ansonia. Fouls off that first one. 1-0 is the count for Ekstrand.
Oh, looking to lay down a bunt.
Yeah, a little high there by Denigris though.
And there comes the third baseman making his way in now, expecting maybe a bunt.
Foul ball back.
Hit off of a truck, rolled.
So 2-1 the count here. 1 out. Top of the second. Little low. Ball 2. 2-2 here to Ekstrand, excuse me. Benjamin Ekstrand. Swinging, got him in the ground. 2 outs. So let's see here if the Negers can make this a 1-2-3 inning here. Next up for
Top of the order, actually.
top of the order, yeah. So Jackson Benjamin up center fielder for Ansonia, who, if we remember, he led off the game getting on base. So let's see if he has success here. Fans still filtering in, so apologize if you see someone walking by.
Actually, Denigris with 2 strikeouts here. He didn't have one in that first inning, so that's a big improvement. Keep Seymour in the game. They will need some offense, however.
High fly ball out to center field. Looks like Shane White with the easy put away. So 1-2-3 inning, I guess, here we would say for Denigris, really settling in. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. And Zach, not a lot of pitches. Again, we're not keeping a pitch count here. Clearly in that first inning, Ansonia jumped on Denigris and a couple batters there with a lot of pitches, and we were kind of talking about pitch counts and depth and stuff, but looks like not a lot of pitches in that second inning, top of the second. So let's see if Seymour can capitalize here, going into the bottom of the second here, try to get some runs up here on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I will say, though, it's like until that fly ball was hit out there, it's a very weirdly structured outfield, to say the least.
Yeah, well, you've got some houses in the background, and left field is pretty deep here. There's not a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of space here, so it's kind of weird where you have that porch out in right field, as they say, right? Like you got this little porch, short right field. You got a huge tree in center field here that looks like it's in play. It's on this side of the fence, and then left field just goes forever here at French Park. So I know for some of you guys that are new to this Project Purple stream here with Seymour Sports, Project Purple is a local organization based in Seymour, Connecticut. Um, we support pancreatic cancer patients and support clinical research towards early detection and a cure. And you'll hear more and more about Project Purple as you follow us here on Project Purple Sports in terms of what we do. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in and watching, and thank you to Seymour High School athletic program for allowing us the opportunity to stream Seymour High School sports. First
There's
batter
a
up
base hit,
through the hole there for Ansonia, through both the shortstop and second base.
and that's Jack Casey there to start off the inning for Seymour.
So Seymour looks like they had McDougal rattled off of that before that balk, and then he kind of settled in. And now the first batter here gets on base here for Seymour. So let's see. It's kind of been a tale of two innings, I guess you would say, a little bit with the pitching.
Yeah, I mean, they really like to throw back to bases here
Yeah,
in
yeah,
high school baseball.
yeah, which is kind of interesting, right?
It
And
is.
and also, I give the pitcher credit here. He had that balk and the non-balk, right, called on him, right? So like, I think psychologically, right, as a player, you have one balk called on you, and then one that you get the kid out that I know was questionable. He's still going back at it, right? Like, so clearly he hasn't been rattled enough psychologically to, not do that. Man, we've had three throwbacks here, and this strike there by McDougal.
Yeah, and actually batting for Seymour is catcher David Casanova, who's down on strikes there for the first out of the inning. And now batting for Seymour, we have Ben Fetzko.
Just had a tick on me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I just had a tick crawling on me, Zach, that I had to get rid of. I guess we got to bring bug spray next time. We are outside, so who knows what could happen here. So Seymour, player on first. McDougal settling in, one out on a strikeout.
And I'll tell you what, I do miss the indoors of court or basketball, but
We don't have to deal with the elements, right? And so our scoreboard here at French Park is not working correctly. So time called by the batter. Wow. So bottom of the second inning here, Ansonia up 3-0. Runner on first, one out for Seymour. So a strike there on Seymour. We have kind of a ruckus crowd too, so apologize for the back noise here if you hear some fans arguing balls and strikes or whatever call may come way. So that was a ball.
yeah, I mean, this is a weird strike zone. We can't really see with the right-hand batters, but some things that look like balls have looked like they've been called strikes earlier. Nice off-speed pitch there from McDougal. Put
So
down.
second straight strikeout here. Kind of got out of the, I thought Seymour started the inning off with a hit. Last two batters have struck out, so trying to capitalize here with a runner on base here for Seymour.
And here comes Ryan Babineau to the plate.
Looks like that's ball one, right?
Yep, 1-0 count. 3-0 here in Sonia, leading bottom second.
Is that a strike? Yeah, I guess I was. This umpire strike is Again, we're at a weird angle. That looked a little low to me, but it's also very slow and calling balls and strikes. I don't know if that's a baseball thing. Wow, strike two. Zach, I think this angle is really the difference here. Like
Yeah,
we're not behind the plate or behind the pitcher. It's kind of hard to see where the strike zone is. In all fairness.
that's
Wow, McDougal settles in 3 strikes in a row here. Get him out of the inning here with a runner left on first. So Seymour left a runner. But hopefully this is not the story of this game here as we go to the top of the third here. But first inning, runners on first and third. McDougal settles in. Start the second. Seymour leads off with a hit. Get a runner on first base. Throws to first about 5 times, trying to pick him
yeah.
off, and then strikes out the next 3 batters. Man, so kid showing some poise, I should say, throwing some hard strikes as well. But McDougal, pretty impressed with the kid here. Both innings, kind of settling in and showing some poise. Young athlete. So as we break here between innings, so Project Purple, as I said, is a Seymour, Connecticut-based charity supporting pancreatic cancer patients and their families. So when you donate to Project Purple, you make an impact in the lives of patients across the country. Your contributions will help support pancreatic cancer research and patients in need. Our services include financial assistance for treatment expenses, emotional support, educational events, and research grants. Not only will your donation help others, but it also may be tax deductible. If you want to support Project Purple's mission to rid the world of pancreatic cancer, please donate to our cause. You can make a direct donation at projectpurple.org. Together, we can help create a world without pancreatic cancer. So, Zach, as we said, we're back here for Seymour baseball Friday, I believe. We're back up at Seymour High School for Seymour softball, which is going to be exciting. I know the Seymour women's softball team's having a stellar year. They may be undefeated. I apologize if we don't know accurate, but they're in the top of the NVL.
Actually, I just popped up re- the rest of the games we are doing. So obviously today's the 29th. We are here doing Seymour baseball versus Ansonia. We'll be doing a game for them May 15th against as they play Pomperag on what is their senior night, which will be here at French Memorial. And for softball, as Dino just mentioned, on May 3rd, we'll be covering at 6:30 p.m. Softball as they take on Oxford, and what should be a great game.
Great
And
game.
then we have them again May 10th against Wilby.
So some exciting Seymour high school sports coming up for you. So make sure you subscribe and follow Project Purple Sports to stay up to date on all things Seymour sports this year.
Nice play there.
Great play there by the second baseman to get Rotnick out there. He was battling there. He had two fly balls that went out. One to far right and one behind the backstop here. So up for Ansonia is their catcher, Ashmere Pedreza, third in the lineup as we go to the top of the third here. Ansonia up 3-0.
Yeah, this is where Denegris got killed in that first inning. The top of the order did some damage to him early on before he ended up settling in, and since then he's looked very good.
Yeah, he just hasn't gotten any run support. I mean, as we said before, as we broke, Seymour so far, story first 2 innings has been leaving runners on base. High ball out to left field, out of bounds.
Just out of reach of the left fielder there.
So Zach, we're excited this season to actually support softball. That's going to be a new venture for us, just as is baseball. So I know, as we mentioned briefly here, that's going to be a rivalry game. Both teams, I believe, Oxford and Seymour, are in the top of their division there for the MVL. So that should be a great game on Friday night.
Yeah, under the lights too.
High ball roped out to left field. 2 outs here for Seymour.
Yeah, way to move there, Ryan Babno out there in left field. Had to move quite a bit to get to that one. Tracks it down. Out number two.
Up for Ansonia, Brendan Lynch, first baseman. Saw a lot of action in that last inning with all those throwbacks to first base. So let's see if he can help get a man on here for Ansonia. Strike one there for Denegris. Again, this umpire's strike calling seems very delayed. I don't know if that's a baseball thing here, but he seems to take his time calling his strikes.
Yeah.
Strike two.
That was actually a nice work of the off speed and then go to the fastball.
So 0-2 here for Lynch. Let's see if he takes ball one, 1-2. Little low there for Denegris. So let's see what he comes back here. Looks like that was outside. 2-2
Yeah.
here for Lynch. Denegris mixing it up after he got two first strike calls with Lynch looking.
Got him.
Strike three. So Zach, Denegris has really settled in. Antonia's really hasn't been able to put a runner on base since that first inning.
Yeah, I mean they just can't get anything going offensively right now. They get a runner on, an advance one. They just can't seem to find the hit, find the play to get one across the plate.
McDougal here, as we said, he got that first player on for Seymour. Well, Seymour was able to get that first batter on that bottom of the second inning here, and he really settled in after that. I don't know, that balk call. They were, both sides. We had some fans, some umpires up in the stands, making calls as well
Hmm.
here. But he really kind of settled in, man. A lot of poise for this kid. I'd love to see what year he is. Doesn't say here in terms on the stat sheet. Maybe we can find it here in between games, going out to max preps or something. But really, really impressive by both pitchers, kind of settling in here after some adversity, which again at this level I think is just great to see because these kids are young and they're still learning the game and still putting in the time to get better.
And looks like Seymour's back to the top of the order. Here comes Colby Ruggiero, who was on with a single up the middle his first at bat, but then was picked off at first. Kind of started the whole watch for the balk thing, and then batter later, McDougal was called for a balk.
Yeah, so let's see if Seymour here down 3-0, bottom of the third, can take advantage. Looks like ball one here. Again, apologize for the wind noise. You're dealing with the elements here.
Big cut there from Ruggiero.
1-1. So Braden McDougal's a sophomore. Pretty impressive, Zach here. So looks like strike there. So
Uh, that was some gas there.
wow. So Zach, if we go back to that play there in the second inning, bottom of the second, I think that's McDougal's like fourth strikeout in a row. They had the one base runner on first. There was that kind of weird balk call, and he's had four strikeouts in a row. So pretty impressive for a sophomore. Braden McDougal.
And now batting is Jacob Brito, who also got on his first at bat.
Big cut. Count is 1-1, I believe, Zach here, right? If I'm mistaken here.
Yes, 1 ball, 1 strike.
2-1. So my understanding, McDougal's top five pitcher in the league, where you've got a league that's got some pretty stellar.
That'll get down.
Brito. I was just giving McDougal a compliment here. Brito gets a hit. Looks like coaching staff from Ansonia is not happy there. I guess
That's
where players are.
that's Brito's second hit of the game here, and here comes Shane White up to bat.
So one out here for Seymour. Runner on first here. Shane White. See if Seymour can take advantage of runner on first. Again, he goes back to the first base. So McDougal, one of the top five pitchers in the NVL. We've got a couple of players in the NVL pitcher-wise going to play college ball next year. So pretty impressive for the sophomore.
Oh, oh yeah.
Again.
Yeah, well, Brito baited him there with that one.
So Zach, being a lefty here, easier to throw to pick that guy off at first base, right? High fly ball here. Let's see if it's in play. Looks like some confusion.
Yeah, there was confusion. First baseman kind of didn't even track back to it. Second baseman had to come all the way over there, make the play.
So two outs here for Ansonia. Still Seymour runner on first. Up to bat.
Yeah, Noah Perdone now. This is their four hitter. Top of the order hasn't been very productive for Seymour so far, besides for Brito. Has two hits and two at bats, and then Ruggiero has one as well.
A lot of poise here from McDougal. Very impressed with this kid.
I wonder what the pitch count rules are in high school baseball.
Zach,
So
that'll be something else we'll have to look up for the next
yeah,
game so we're prepared. I think it's like 80 something. I think in high school baseball pitch count. Looks like a slider there. 110 looks like
wow,
is what that's a lot of pitches here.
yeah. I was gonna say, well, these kids are gonna be getting Tommy John soon.
Yeah, 110. No, that's a lot. I don't know if we'll get there with both of these pitchers haven't pitched that well.
So actually, 110 and then 4 days rest is required, which
Yeah,
makes sense, but still seems like very
it's a
young
lot.
for some of these kids.
So Seymour gets the walk here, two outs here, but man on first and second here.
Now, let's see if Aiden DeNigris can be his own run support here.
So again, we go pitcher to pitcher here, as I said in that. I know Denigris here bats in that five spot, so pretty good batter, I would assume here, batting in the five spot for Seymour. We're a little bit different. I think McDougal was at the bottom of the order for Ansonia. Down the line,
Oh,
through that's going to be E. Looks like we're going to get one score in here for Seymour. That's definitely going to be an error on the third baseman,
yeah,
Owen Galbraith.
DeNigris is his own run support today.
So unearned run here, but 3-1 Ansonia. Seymour's been able to take advantage of a hit and walk and now an error here on McDougal. Other than that, he's pitched pretty well.
Here comes Jack Casey up to bat. Almost gets hit there.
Seymour, first and second, two outs here at bottom of the third. 3-1 Ansonia. Another
Rip.
hard rip. Shortstop. Dan Roddick grabs it. But Zach, Seymour leaves two on the bases, only able to get one run in here. As we go to the top of the fourth, Ansonia here looks like they're going to bring the kids in here as they do every inning, talk to them a bit here. But, talk about the pitch count, and, it kind of brings you back to my question at the beginning. We haven't seen neither of these teams play this year, so we don't really know the pitching rotations, not really familiar with that. But, depth. Let's see here, if depth becomes an issue in terms of pitching here as Seymour tries to battle back into this game. Down 3-1 here, top of the fourth here as Ansonia comes back to the
Yeah,
batters.
slowly chipping away.
Again, pretty impressive sophomore Brandon McDougal. Really, if it wasn't for that error, he would have been out of that inning. Not to, you know, things happen here, but they would have been out of that inning with two runners on for Seymour again. Uh, kind of interesting in terms of Seymour here, as we said in the beginning of the game. Is the story of leaving runners on base going to be kind of their downfall here in this game? So two runners in the first, a runner in the third, a runner in the second, and then two runners there in the third, left on base without scoring. So let's see how the rest of this game plays out. So Zach, we've got some cloud cover here, so it's actually gotten quite comfortable here. I thought we were going to be in trouble with the sun.
Yeah, it was hot earlier today.
Working
Sweating.
working on our chance here at French Memorial Park here, doing Ansonia versus Seymour. Division rivalry here for both of these teams in the same division. Long histories between both of these teams in all their sports, from football to volleyball to baseball and basketball and softball, soccer. Go through the whole list, I guess.
Nice
So
pitch there.
up to bat for Ansonia, Owen Galbraith, who ended the inning there at shortstop. Excuse me, third base. He had the error. My fault. That wasn't correct player, but third baseman Owen Galbraith. Zach, looks like on the Seymour side, I know we were talking depth, but it looks like we've got someone warming up a little bit.
Yeah, I kept seeing that since the first inning, but um,
Galbraith to third. Seymour is going to be out here for top of the fourth inning. Ansonia holding on to a 3-1 lead, even though Seymour's left five men on base first three innings.
and actually, as I was saying before my mic started cutting out, we've been seeing him sort of warming up since I guess the first inning, where it was a little bit rocky at first, but uh, Denigris has really settled in here and started to put some nice innings together.
Up for Ansonia, Tully Zost, number 21.
Ooh,
Looks like that was off the catcher.
good thing there's no one on. Easy stolen base there for any runner.
Right fielder. Hard up the middle. Ruggiero.
Good play there.
First baseman's had two good plays the last two, so quick inning here so far for Denigris. He hasn't thrown many pitches, so that might be a good sign here for Seymour. Have another 1-2-3 inning, but next up for Ansonia is Nick Ardito, our DH, number 7.
Actually, we just got word Denigris is at 66 pitches. And he's throwing his 67th right now, which was a strike. And then we've also been noted that McDougal for Ansonia is at 54 pitches.
So, as we talked about that pitch count, both players.
It looked like they could comfortably each finish the game, bearing any huge offensive outputs. But
Yeah, Denigris has really settled in after that first inning.
as we say that, he throws two to the backstop.
Nick Ardito is one of the few seniors here for Ansonia. Looks like, again, as we said, they get a lot of sophomores and freshmen on the team. Ardito up the middle.
Be a base hit.
Ansonia is pretty young, man. They've got one junior on their whole team, and pretty much made up of freshmen and sophomores and a handful of seniors that play here.
And here comes Ansonia's pitcher, McDougal, up to bat.
So let's see. He's got two outs with a runner on first. If he can make a dent into this lead here, give him some more run support going into the bottom of the fourth, but still on the top.
Got him.
Got him. And Ansonia calling for a balk. Looks like the umpires are gonna. Looks like we've got more umpires in the stands here, so apologize for the background.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a balk though. It looked very clean to me.
Yeah, looks like the umpires are conversing again over it. I believe the back umpire has the angle in his call. Looks like he is safe.
Wow.
I guess that is a balk.
Looks like the outfield for Seymour started making their way into the dugout.
So now Seymour coach is talking to umpire here. So Seymour coach Jeff Gilbert, excuse me, here, along with the assistant coach here,
Well,
talking to the umpire. I think they want an explanation
I
here.
say the way I look at it is you can't change it now once you make the call. You can't go back on it, otherwise that's going to be a whole other issue. So it's
Yeah.
going to be no balk, but or it's going to be a balk, but it wasn't a balk. I mean, didn't start going towards home still, and there actually, wow, okay.
Okay, so the call got
I
reversed. The Ansonia coaching
and
staff is
as I said, that all chaos breaks loose.
wow. So some we got some umpires in the stands making the
Yeah, I was
case.
gonna say you can't as any professional umpires. Once you make a call and you talk about it, you can't go back and rechange the call because this is the result that's gonna happen.
So apologize for the background language if anything's picked up, but I think we've got some grandstand umpires here, and both
Looks like one
coaches
of the
looks.
coaches may be ejected.
I think he's pretty fired up. I don't know what's going on here. Looks like he's talking to the head coach here. So now they're gonna talk to the umpires here. It's the only coach is here. Well, I didn't realize baseball gets this heated, Zach. We've
Yeah,
seen this in basketball, but looks like looks like the Ansonia coach is maybe trying to talk about his motion, his pitching motion. I mean, I guess this was the same argument in the earlier part of the game with McDougal. I think when the Seymour coaches were arguing his balk. So maybe they're going back to just consistency. If they reverse that call before, which they did, and you kind of have to do this one as well, right? Like there's got to be consistency. I always say with umpiring, refereeing, not always going to make the right call, but you got to be consistent. So if they made that call for Seymour or for Ansonia in the beginning of the game, now you got to make that same call for Seymour, right? Like it's consistency. I think you want to see from any time from officiating. So hopefully that's what's being said there.
yeah. I guess that's a way to dial it down too. But I'm sure there's a little more animation there. But and as we continue to hear from the Ansonia fans.
We've got a lot of umpires up in the stands here today, which clearly, again, you got a division rivalry. But just saw something from the Ansonia team. The team was kind of huddled in the infield with the pitcher, catcher, and not listening to all the noise, I guess. Strike one for McDougal.
And that will be his 55th pitch of the game with that strike. Well, actually, I think we have David Casanova up for those who are watching. Sorry about that. We were just working with the entire situation of what was going on.
So McDougal settled in here. Strike three,
Looks
but
like
got past the catcher. Casanova sprinting down first base. So
it's, that's one of those rulings where it'll be a strike for McDougal, but a runner on base.
so let's see here if again Seymour. Looks like back up to the top of the order, Zach.
No, actually,
No.
Ben Fetzko, and then I think we have Ryan Babineau, and then back to the top.
So bottom of the order here for Seymour. Let's see if they can take advantage of another runner on base here.
Oh, he's gonna make sure to turn that back bat before he gets called for a strike there.
It's like trying to get a bunt here, try to move the player, huh?
Yeah, bunt and run. That was the pitch there. He didn't get it down.
Strike two there. So McDougal is throwing hard, throwing a lot of strikes here. Unfortunately, that strike three got away from the catcher there on that first batter, but
Oh, he got him.
another in the rundown.
Wow. He just caught Casanova sleeping there at first base. I mean, he didn't even notice the ball was at first until it was in the first baseman's hand.
So second pickoff for McDougal. Again, extremely impressed with this kid, only being a sophomore, but hasn't let the runners on base kind of get him rattled. Looks like the Seymour coaches, first base coach, is talking to the umpire. I don't know what he was trying to say there. It's pretty evident that maybe the runner wasn't in the base path. I don't know. Again, kind of hard angles here. So we got some fans here. So apologize for the language, folks, but we've got some fans in the stands. Uh, apologize for the language here. So McDougal here settling in. Again, rivalry game. You've got heated parents. Just let the kids play baseball. Let the umpires umpire. Let the coaches coach. Fortunately, high school sports just sometimes isn't as fun as it used to be, Zach.
Yeah.
But McDougal settling in here. 2 outs for Seymour here. Seeing they can make something happen here. Bottom of the fourth.
And here comes Ryan Babineau. And, oh, I thought that was strike three. Looks like it's strike two.
So McDougal got a base runner on, got him picked off. Sort of a lot of pitches this inning, a lot more than he has since that one inning. But looks to be settling in here a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of fatigue now. He's up in the 60, 70 pitch mark.
Zach, I also feel ball four there. So, you know, just like with basketball, and I know I bring up basketball because we've done that, but when you have kind of the stuff going on in the stands, you have stuff here with coaching, calls, kind of ruins momentum for these players, right?
Oh, it does. It does 100%. And almost got him. It was close. Tie goes to the runner, obviously. There's no instant replay here. We're actually back to the top of the order. Kobe Ruggiero leading off.
So again, Seymour, runner on first. Let's see if they can try to capitalize here. Hard cut.
It's been hard for Seymour to really advance any runners. They haven't been able to get any stolen bases or anything going. McDougal's done a good job. I think here's going to be a throwback 100%. No, looks him back.
Zach, we talked about it in the previous inning. I think there were a couple of pass balls, right? And so, here at French Memorial, you've got a pretty far backdrop. You've got probably about 25 feet from home plate. So we've seen a couple of these pass balls, strike two there, it looks like. We've seen some of these pass balls. Clearly, there hasn't been base runners on the base, but, wonder if that could become an issue later here in the game.
I think it will be depending on. Oh, okay. Depending on who comes in, maybe to relief if these pitchers need a Another pitcher, if they're throwing hard, ball gets away, backstop, gets stuck back there. And this is the second straight batter that McDougal is kind of lost here. Looks
Yeah,
like the count should be full. Looks like a full count, if that's what the ump just signaled.
and Rogeria, one of the seniors here on Seymour, probably a little bit more advanced in still in terms of again another pickoff here. Looks like for Ansonia, got him.
Well,
So McDougal gets out of the inning. Two runners that were on base for Seymour both picked off. So Ansonia coaching staff here are going to gather all the players here, maybe talk to them a little bit about kind of staying composed. But Seymour's really been having trouble trying to pick off or trying to not get picked off of first base. But two
I mean,
players,
they don't even see the ball until the first baseman has it. They
yeah,
kind of are screwed, but it kills all momentum for them. And I mean, the only positive, I guess, is Seymour is the top of the lineup coming up in the bottom of the bottom fifth,
correct.
which they got three more full innings after next at bats before they're out of time here.
Yeah, so we're going to the top of the fifth. Ansonia clinging to and I say clinging just because of the amount of base runners Seymour's left on base, not being able to capitalize here. Unlike Ansonia, just really, if it wasn't for that first inning, Seymour's played a great game,
Yeah,
right? But so has Ansonia. Their pitching staff, McDougal has really done a fine job, kind of getting players off of that first base. And if it wasn't for that earned run, or excuse me, that error on the third baseman here for Ansonia, be a 3-0 game. So
yeah.
top of the fifth here, 3-1 Ansonia, as we have some fans that walk by our broadcast area here. Apologize for that. Coming up for Ansonia, we've got the bottom of the order coming up for Ansonia with Brandon, excuse me, yeah, pitcher Brandon McDougal. That's right, because Ardito was picked off on that
Weird whole balk
weird
thing.
walk or pick off or whatever it was, bottom of the or top of the fourth inning here. So kind of weird last two innings with these pickoffs.
It's been very slow, the game.
Yeah,
Well,
McDougal with a big cut.
very slow at times. There's been
Yeah,
points where it's like, what's going on? And then there's times where it's very laid back.
yeah, and lots of foul ball out of play. Two strikes on McDougal. A lot of can we say Zach here? Umpires in the stands, I guess is probably the best term here at French Memorial Park. First game here, so clearly rivalry game to be expected. Maybe just because where we are, you can hear it a little bit more on the. And another foul ball.
She looks like Ansonia's starting to warm up a pitcher over there too as we looked at the foul ball. I know we've had some bullpen work for Seymour here and there, but ultimately they've been keeping Denegris in as he just gets a strikeout there. McDougal sits down and are almost to the top of the order for Ansonia, or
So McDougal, Benjamin Ekstrand, and then back up to the top of the order with Jackson Benjamin. So our number 9 here, Benjamin Ekstrand, our left fielder. So let's see how Denegris can work this foul ball. So that's, I think, 5 straight strikes here for Denegris. Start the top of the fifth. Other than that first inning, Denegris has really kind of settled in here for
yeah.
Seymour. I mean, the ball has actually hasn't pitched a bad game.
No, it's not. I mean, he's looking back at it. You kind of forget that first inning. The only thing that reminds you is the 3 runs that are on the scoreboard.
I don't think Ansonia's had a player, another strike here. I don't think Ansonia's had a player past second base or on second base since that first inning.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I believe it's a 1-2 count here. High ball. 2-2 here.
Little high. Shorter batter. Strike zone becomes smaller.
This is a full count, Zach. 3-2 here.
Got him.
Struck him out. It's got to be. So top of the order here. Jackson Benjamin, center fielder here to try to see Ansonia top of the fifth here. 2 outs. No runners on. Really haven't been able to get any runners on since that first inning, other than the top of the fourth where they got the guy off.
Or any runners that do get on get picked off. So that's
It's
how
been
it's
a,
been.
it's been a game of pickoffs by pitchers. Hard ball there.
Got him.
Got him on 3 pitches, Zach. So 3 strikeouts for Denegris here. He didn't throw that many pitches. So again, go back to that first inning, man. Really kind of interesting. So like you said, take away that first inning here, and this would be a pretty interesting game. You know, both pitchers really have done a great job here in terms of kind of controlling the game. McDougal for Ansonia, kind of getting out of some jams. I mean, they have Seymour has left a lot more players on base than Ansonia here. Five, if my math is correct here. Two that got picked off, so would have been seven. Right. So let's see here what Seymour can do if they can try to take advantage. I mean, overall, I've been very impressed with the young McDougal here, but Denegris probably has been as impressive other than that first inning.
Yeah, I agree. I think you may get probably one more inning out of Denegris before you need a pitcher in the seventh, and I think McDougal should, bearing any huge pitch count innings, he looks like he should be able to close this game out. As we come back here, it looks like we have the top of the order for Seymour with Colby Ruggiero leading off. He has 1 hit so far today, and he got picked off earlier and struck out his second at bat, so here's his third at bat of the game. He's, you're still. And there's a strike there for McDougal. Ruggiero lines one underneath the first baseman's glove, and he'll have a leadoff single here for Seymour in bottom fifth. And now up to bat is Jacob Brito, who has 2 hits, 2 at-bats.
So Seymour, runner on first. Let's see if they can take advantage of this. See if there's a pickoff attempt. Which seems to be the main goal.
Time called by Jacob Brito.
So Zach, let's see here if Seymour can take advantage here with runner on first or potentially.
Oh,
Bottom of the fifth, 3-1 Ansonia.
the bottom.
Throw back.
Jacob Brito puts one back in play. Looks like he will be thrown out at first. Runner will advance though. Yeah. No, we not getting you. And here comes Shane White to bat with runner on second, looking to score one in. And there comes the runner will advance.
All right, so I think I'm back here
Yes, we
with
are fixed.
we're fixed. Okay, so you can hear me. Sorry about it. Good thing we carry a second headset in the pack. So Seymour with a runner on third, one out here for Shane White. McDougal trying to get out of this jam. I mean, he's pitched a pretty good game here so far in terms of getting out of the inning with runners for Seymour.
Just off speed there. Wasn't expected there from Shane.
Kind of jumped out of the batter's box there, trying to make some contact here. Wow, that was pretty low there for White. He's pretty tall. It looked like a low pitch from this angle, but I don't know. Again, the strike zone of this umpire from where we're sitting is kind of hard to tell here. So 2 outs here. Seymour trying to capitalize. Runner on third base.
And here comes Noah Perdone. Hopefully he can drive a run in here, make it easier in the next couple of innings for Seymour. And
Ropes it off number 8, Dan Rotek. So that's going to be an error. So McDougal's a little upset there. I think he's saying something there to the player, but both runs have been on errors, Zach. That's going to be an error, of course. It went right off the glove of the shortstop, Rotek.
well, the only good thing for McDougal is that's not an earned run for him.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt his stats, but hurts the team.
So Seymour cuts into the lead here, 3-2, bottom of the fifth. Scoreboard hasn't been updated yet, but again, runner on first here. Let's see if McDougal can get out of this inning without any more runs.
Oh, they almost got him
I
there.
thought he got him there, man. So he's, again, lefty, pretty savvy with that pick off there. Hard cut there by 24.
Pitcher.
Denigris here, pitcher on pitcher.
Ooh.
Another hard cut. Looks like the catcher got it right in
Yeah.
the gut. So Zach, a little bit of momentum here for Seymour here. Let's see if they can take advantage here. Runner on first, 2 outs though. Cut the lead here to 1 here. Scoreboard hasn't been updated, but it's 3-2 Seymour off of an error. So still no earned runs here for McDougal.
Yeah, 2 outs too. I mean, honestly, it's just take it a batter this time, and just go with the flow. Don't get picked off. You got a
Yeah.
runner on.
And a little bit different than the basketball where you've got that 3-point shot that could be a game changer really quick. Here, baseball, you really have a 3-point shot. So it's,
Oh,
did he get hit?
yeah.
Looks like McDougal here's
He said he leaned into it.
But so Denigris to first, runners on first and second, 2 outs here.
And here comes Jack Casey, who has a base hit in this game. And this is where McDougal's pickoff won't be as effective. Kind of get more of a lead here on second. Maybe get a stolen base here. Put a little more pressure on him.
Oh, and again, Zach, what did we say in the first inning, or excuse me, last inning about this backstop? So, you've got a lot of space here, about 25, probably more than that, but significant space from the home plate to the backstop in both directions, right? And it kind of tails off, goes down, right, for drainage. But, wonder if this, we said, would be an issue going into this game. And here you got 3-2 Ansonia, now runners on second and third. You got two outs, but, uh, you know, next pass ball, you've definitely got a runner scoring from third.
Yeah, unless it takes a nice kick off the backstop.
Yeah,
But
got a lot of grass there, so you think it just kind of like stalls in the grass here.
I mean, if you're McDougal now, you don't even worry about the runners on. There's no one you can pick off. They can't advance unless you're throwing a pass ball or the ball's put in play. Just focus on the batter. Give them your best stuff here.
Two strikes right out of the gate here.
I'm assuming he's going to go back to that fastball, maybe off speed, but you don't want to risk off speed going in the dirt.
A little late on that cut there. Got a piece of it, though. Far to the right here. Foul ball. So I know we talked about pitch count here, but this inning, McDougal's thrown quite a bit. So let's see if Seymour can take advantage of this. Ball. Yeah, and hard to see where we are. Kind of pitch pitch count or strike zone that they have for major league and college, where they can put that strike zone
Yeah.
into the screen here. But it's kind of a weird angle where we are to kind of judge balls and strikes. Hard.
Casey's fighting it off here. At least worst case, you get a couple of pitches on McDougal, make it hard for him to finish the game.
And Ansonia hasn't been warming anyone up. I know we saw someone warming up in that last inning. Have not seen that since that. So looks like.
Actually, I think it's their center fielder who was warming up.
Oh,
So
okay. Working the count here for Seymour, so that should be a full count here.
Yeah, the runners will be going as soon as the pitch is released.
Well, do you send the runner here at third base?
Yeah, 3-2, 2 outs.
Ball is fouled out of bounds. That's the third out of bounds here. So it's 8 pitches here for McDougal just in this one at bat. So he's had a lot of pitches this inning. So let's see if the sophomore here can settle in and get out of this inning without giving up a run here. That run that was scored by Seymour was an error, so it wasn't an earned run. Again, fouled off to the right side. All these foul balls have been to the right.
Yeah, he's late. If he was early, they'd be coming right at us here.
Thank God.
Yeah.
McDougal's been throwing a lot of hard stuff here, Zach. We haven't seen that changeup for a couple of batters here. Again, let's see if that's going to that's in play. He's got it. Yeah. So Seymour again loses 2 players on bases. McDougal gets out of the inning. 1 earned run here, unearned, I should say. So 3-2, top of the 6th for Ansonia. But story so far for the game, man. Seymour's left 7 players on base without being able to take advantage of.
Here's actually having a discussion about one of the baseballs there.
Maybe they're juiced a little bit. You think we got some
I don't know.
juiced baseballs here?
I'd hope not. It's high
French
school.
reward. Put them in the humidor before they come out, maybe like they used to do at Coors Field there in Denver. They said they used to put them in like a humidor to get them. I think that was more for like the altitude. They had to like fix the balls, but let's see here. Ansonia can add to this lead, or if Ruggiero's pitched a really good game since that first inning.
You mean
Or Denegris.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Actually, he's still on the mound, so I'm assuming this will be his last inning. I don't know what his pitch count's out right now currently, but it looks like this will be his last inning unless he throws 4 or 5 pitches.
Yeah, and it looks like Ansonia is going back to warming up. Jaron Benjamin in the Ansonia warm-up section. So, or excuse me, Jackson Benjamin warming up the center fielder. So let's see what Ansonia does here in the bottom of the sixth inning as we are at the top of the sixth. I think the scoreboard is incorrect. That it says fifth inning, but that was just the fifth.
Yeah, it's always a little bit behind, but they got the score up correct now. Just inning, waiting on that.
So top of the sixth there. So top of the sixth looks like we're gonna have number 8 Daniel Rotnick up to bat first. So top of the order for Ansonia. There are 2, 3, and 4 batters here that we'll see first three, and let's see how Denigris handles this.
Yeah, I'm assuming if he can potentially put them down 1, 2, 3, he's got a shot at pitching the seventh. If not, we're gonna see Seymour bullpen get moving.
Looks like outside ball one. So we'll probably know pretty quick here, Zach.
Yeah, I'm wondering who's available to pitch for Seymour. We know
Ball
a
two.
couple of their pitchers have been hurt, so it comes down to who's available.
Like strike one. So 2-1 to Rotnick here. He steps in. Ansonia holding on to a 3-2 lead, top of the sixth. Third baseman.
Good play.
Nice play by third baseman there. One out.
There's Noah Perdone drove in the run last inning, doing his best defensive plays here.
So three batter here. Ashmere Pedraza, catcher for Ansonia here. I think he got things started in that first inning. So let's see. I know it hasn't again. Ansonia hasn't been able to get anything going since that first inning. So wow, hard up the middle.
Good
Good
play.
grab, Jerrio.
Oh, wow.
Got him. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Great
boy.
play by Seymour.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Seymour, that should be on the Sports Center top 10. Hopefully we get that, send that in here. Wow. Great play by Ruggiero.
Honestly, I was just surprised he got to the ball, let alone make the throw.
So number 4 hitter for Ansonia, Brendan Lynch here. Let's see, Denigris. That was his sixth pitch for the inning. Um, let's see what Lynch can do here. Strike one. Great play by Seymour. Wow, that could be the play of the game. Off speed there. Wow.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3 for Seymour again. Denigris really settled in, man. Really, really impressed with this kid. 9 pitches, maybe that inning.
Yeah, if that. I'd say probably 8. He only threw one to the 3 hitter. I don't remember his name, but I mean,
Ashmere, the
yeah.
catcher. So catcher, first. I think that was a first or second ball that he hit. So let's see here. Ansonia's going to stay with McDougal, bottom of the sixth, holding on to a 3-2 lead here. But Seymour was able to get some base runners on that last inning, kind of really work the pitch count here. I don't know what we're up to now, Zach, but as the game has gone on here, McDougal's had some, I wouldn't say issues, but Seymour's been able to capitalize, get some players on base, which flip. Denigris is really kind of settled in as the game went on for Seymour. Great defensive play there by Kobe Ruggiero and third baseman too for 2 outs, 2 quick outs. So let's see Seymour can take advantage here and try to put another run on the board, or see if McDougal can maybe settle down to like how he was pitching earlier in the game.
Yeah, I think he should at least have this inning here, depending on how everything goes. I mean, he could get pulled early. At least I'll have this complete inning to get things done.
Yeah, Jackson. We've seen the last two innings. Jackson Benjamin has been warming up between innings, so he's our center fielder here for Ansonia. So I guess he's ready to go. I guess if they need him, and if not, we'll see what Ansonia does here defensively against Seymour.
And leading off for Seymour, we have catcher David Casanova. Will take a ball from McDougal.
So Casanova in his last at bat was able to get on base, but then got picked off. So he was one of our Seymour players that got picked off today.
And one of a long list of Seymour players who got picked off.
And I believe Casanova got on base on a pass ball strike three that he legged out to first base.
He did, and then he got picked off
Yeah.
shortly after.
Yeah. It's like it takes a strike. Strike two. McDougal's got his windup is pretty big windup compared to Denegris.
Yeah.
Strike three for Casanova, goes down on 5 pitches. So McDougal looks like he's settled in here, bottom of the 6th. Gets the first player out on 5 pitches.
And here comes Ben Fetzko up to bat for the third time today.
Strike one, swinging. Ball one, 1-1. Seymour's got to try to get some base runners out here. Zach, I feel, there's not much time left in the game.
Yeah, you don't want to have to do it all in the bottom of the 7th.
Strike two, 1-2 here.
Get a piece of it.
So again, not a lot of pitches here for McDougal to first 2 batters here. He's got the advantage here, 1-2. I wonder if he gets out of this inning quick, if we could see him back in the 7th. Wow. Got him looking for a second straight strikeout on 5 pitches. So 10 pitches total here for this inning for McDougal as he faced 2 batters. So looks pretty solid.
Yeah, and here comes 9 batter for Seymour, Ryan Babineau, which will either have the top of the order for the next inning or top of the order in this inning.
That's a strike one from McDougal. So, Zach, as we said, we thought he was the last inning. Strike two. Wow. We said, hard, threw a lot of pitches. Seymour's able to score one. It was unearned. Foul ball, 3 strikes in a row here for McDougal and face the last batter, but it's come out really strong here, bottom of the 6th.
He's dealing this inning. Got him.
3 strikeouts on 14 pitches. Not bad for McDougal here. Young sophomore was not rattled after that 5th inning where Seymour was able to get some runners on base. Score an unearned run. What do you think Coach is saying to him right now? You think he's pitching the 7th or he's done?
I don't know. I don't know what his pitch count is at. He was at 50 pitches in the 5th or the 4th, so it depends on maybe they'll give him a batter just to get it out, see what happens, but if not, I think he may be done.
So top of the 7th here for Ansonia, Denegris, who pitched a pretty perfect game other than that first inning. Has done hasn't had an Ansonia player pass first base. Really hasn't given up much.
And if he's got if he's in the seventh with, because I think he had like 20, 30 pitches in that first inning, McDougal should potentially be able to pitch that seventh, get the complete game himself.
Looks like Jackson Benjamin is again warming up, so maybe we will see Benjamin come. Again, I did mention before, this is a big week for a lot of these teams. Some of these teams, and Ansonia Seymour might be playing 3, 4 games this week. They're in the heat of the season. Rivalry game here, divisional rivalry here. So there's a lot on the line. But so again, we don't know pitch count, so maybe they do save them. Excuse me, maybe to be able to pitch them in a couple days, maybe in the weekend.
Well, I think it depends on also if he's at the point where he's going to have to rest 4 days anyways. You're just going to pitch him to close out the game
True.
and get yourself your best pitcher out there to potentially get you a win.
Correct.
But it all depends on the pitch count numbers.
So leading off for Ansonia, we're going to have 5, 6, 7 batters here, but Owen Galbraith, third baseman here for Ansonia. Hard strike one for Denigris. Third baseman.
Good play.
Wow.
It was close too. Almost beat that one out.
Looks like Ansonia third base coach, and we've got our umpires in the stands again here, so apologize for that. Which looks like the head coach here for Ansonia thought that was safe here. So Tully Zost, back up, our number 6 batter here. Ansonia 3-2 lead here at the top of the 7th. It's like ball 1 here by Denigris.
It's gotten really windy up here. A lot more overcast.
Yeah, looks like we're good in terms of weather, but the wind has picked up. But it looks like the breeze is coming in, Zach. It's not going out, so it's like ball 2 in the dirt again. Second straight ball in the dirt for Denigris. Catcher's going to go out and talk to him. Maybe there's a miscommunication, or just give him a pep talk here. Maybe talk to him a little bit about 2 balls in the dirt. Seymour trying to keep this lead a 1-run lead here as they go into that bottom of the 7th.
You have the chance to tie, go to extras, or maybe walk it off in that 7th. Actually, they will have the top of the order too, which is the best place to be.
Hard pitch by Denigris. Looks like strike 1. 2-1 for Tully Zost. Number 6 batter here for Ansonia. That's ball 3 here.
I don't know if that just missed the outside corner of the plate or not. Hard to see, but looked like a pretty decent pitch from here.
Again, tough angle from where we're sitting. Ball 4. Wow. So we haven't seen that all game for Denigris. He's really, again, since that first inning, really been in control of the ball. Number 7 here, Nick Ardito, who was picked off last time that Ansonia had a base runner. So on that questionable, crazy balk, no balk call that I think Ansonia was complaining about. So runner on first, 1 out. Nick Ardito here to the plate. One of the Ansonia seniors here for Ansonia, young team. Nick's a DH here.
Wondering if they might actually try to send the runner here. Seymour hasn't been able to get a throw down all game, so I would recommend potentially trying to steal a runner here, steal a bag. We'll see.
See if Ansonia can add to this lead here as they hold on to a 3-2 lead. Seymour trying to get out of this inning. Runner on first for Ansonia.
Ooh, okay.
That's a strike. Okay.
Oh, did he end up calling a strike?
He ended up
Okay,
calling a strike. I
waiting
tell you,
for it.
this umpire's got a pause on his strikes, and we're from our vantage point very difficult to see where the ball is. Just angles.
It's
Pick
been
off
very,
attempt.
very delayed strike call.
Very delayed, Zach. That's putting it politely.
Yeah.
I think we could run the bases before he calls his ball strikes. Runner goes.
Looks like they were trying to do a little hit and run there.
Yeah. Foul ball behind. Hit the pine trees. Thank God for those pine trees, or else maybe we had another windshield. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe umpire miscommunication. I don't think the backup was ready behind the plate, and it was a pickoff attempt to first base, but umpire behind the plate or behind the pitcher said foul ball. It's like full count here. Zach should be for Ardito. Runner on first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised I haven't tried to steal back. It doesn't look like Casanova's really in the stance to pop up and get his way forward and get a strong throw down there.
Runner goes.
Yeah, ball four though.
Ball four.
Wondering if Seymour's going to start getting the pitcher up, or maybe it's up to Denigris here to close it out.
So pitcher here, Brandon McDougal. So I guess I don't know how this works for high school. You could looks like coach coming out. Looks like we might have a sub change. He's looking at his card here, Zach. So I don't know in high school baseball if you could. Looks like McDougal probably will start the bottom of the seventh if he's coming out to bat. You would think in this situation, you got two runners on, one out. You try to, if you know the pitcher's going to come out that next inning, substitute a teacher, another batter in there, right? Like a heavier bat. McDougal really hasn't done anything at the plate. He struck
Yeah.
out, I think, 2 or 3 times in a row. So I think it's actually this is his third at bat, maybe. So he's had 2 strikeouts. We've got some geese out in center field, so Zach, kind of interesting here. The wildlife here. Let's see if that becomes an issue here. But McDougal, runners on second and first here for Ansonia.
So I haven't seen anyone hit it that far yet, so looks like we should be fine.
Strike one. Denigris not really worried about the runners here. Hard cut by McDougal. Strike two. Looks like he's got the green light to swing.
Yeah, it does. The way he swings the bat, it's like he's slapping at the ball, not actually swinging through it.
Well, Zach, he's probably known for his pitching prowess than his batting,
Yeah.
which is okay with me because he's pitched a hell of a game for a sophomore. He's one of the top pitchers in the league. Takes a high ball one, so 1-2 here to McDougal, one out. Runners on second and first for Ansonia, holding on to a 3-2 lead here, top of the seventh. Ball too high for Denigris. So Seymour coach came out, had a little pep talk. He's got to kind of looking at his roster here. I don't know if he's got pitchers, but we haven't seen a Seymour player warm up in quite some time. So they might be just riding this out because this is could possibly be the last inning for Seymour. Strike three. 2 outs here. So McDougal goes down for the third time again. Probably not known for his hitting prowess, but one hell of a pitcher. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he comes out to pitch the seventh.
Benjamin Ekstrom, number 9 hitter for Ansonia here, the left fielders. I feel some raindrops here, Zach. So
Yeah, it's not good for our equipment.
you might have to go run and get an umbrella. Strike one.
And there's a pitch from Denigris into the dirt. Got 2 on here, 2 outs, top 7. Currently don't know what the count is. but Denegris looking to pitch himself out of trouble for the first time since the first inning. Pitch is high, no way. Looks like the count is 2-2. Going for the pickoff. Almost got him. Runner gets back safely to second. Pitch is just high. That's definitely ball three. I know that. I don't know what the strike count is. But if you're Seymour, you can't afford to walk a batter here. And they do. Walk the bases are now loaded for. Looks like Ansonia's ties at the top of the order coming out. Looks like that might be the end of the day for Denegris. And Noah Proden will come in and pitch, and Aiden Denegris will go take his spot over at third base. The outfielders are currently playing with the geese right now. Looks like Shane White threw his glove at them. So that's something. As soon as Dino comes back with the umbrella, the raindrops stop.
Yeah, Zach. So sorry for that, folks. As we've got some again elements that we're not used to dealing with here. Excuse me. So Ansonia with bases loaded here, top of the order, coming up for Jackson Benjamin, who could be our pitcher potentially in this next inning. Looks like he was warming up quite a bit, but Seymour trying to keep the damage to one here as they try to get out of this seventh inning, top of the seventh, 2 outs.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, they only need one more out, which is nice. But any real single into the outfield should score two.
Yeah. So overall, though, Denegris, other than that first inning and this last inning, pitched a hell of a game.
Yeah, well, we even got 2 outs out of this inning, and then
Yeah. Just couldn't close that out. So let's see what Seymour can do here, bringing in relief pitcher. Looks like Noah Proden on the mound here for Seymour. So we've got our geese in center field situation taken care of. It looks like they moved back a bit, but again, we're dealing with these elements outside here at French Memorial Park with the geese, and we've got umpires in the stands. We got ticks crawling
yeah, I hope
on
not.
us. I had one on me earlier in the game. So up to bat is Jackson Benjamin, our leadoff hit for Ansonia. So Ansonia is back to the top of the order with runners on each base here, 2 outs, top of the 7. Ansonia with a 3-2 lead. Let's see here if Seymour can keep them at 1 and try to get it back in the bottom.
Good stop there by Casanova.
Ball in the dirt there for Proden. First pitch. That's pitch 2. Strike. Okay. It's like we're waiting here for this umpire to make that call. You know, usually you watch on TV, and I know that we're trying to put pressure here. These guys are done a good job, but just so slow here. So 1-1 is the count to Jackson Benjamin. Strike 2.
Seymour is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam and getting the top of the order to come up and hopefully put a run up on the board.
Yeah, and let's see if they can get out of this inning here, which will be key to trying to get a rally. Line drive to center.
That'll score 2. Throw coming home.
Ah, he cut him off. Wow. So Ansonia, excuse me, Ansonia scores two off a double by Jackson Benjamin to center field. So Zach, Noah Proden there cut that off and then went to second.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at. I don't know if they would have had the tag, but you got to at least go for the play at the plate there.
Yeah,
The
I don't
runner
know.
to second doesn't matter if you give up two and maybe one.
Yeah, I would have probably tried to get that runner out at the plate, right? So dealing with some rain here. High fly ball, first pitch.
Should be easy for Kobe Ruggiero, and he'll put it away. And we're currently blocking our camera a bit. There we go. That's better.
All right, so I guess I'm covered. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't mean to block the camera there, but uh, we're just trying to make sure nothing gets fried here with our electronics. So we probably didn't expect rain in the forecast,
Yeah,
Zach.
learning curve here for sure with outdoor sports, but
So Ansonia tacks on two, 5-2 Ansonia, bottom of the seventh here for Seymour. So let's see if Seymour can make a late rally here. And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change, Zach. Jackson Benjamin, who two RBIs in
yeah,
that last
it's
inning. It's going to look like he's going to come out. So let's see. And is McDougal out in right field? Yeah, or
no, yeah, he's out and left.
yeah, left field. I'm sorry. So Ben Ekstrom goes to center. McDougal goes out to left, and our center fielder for Ansonia, Jackson Benjamin, heads to the pitcher's mound to try to close this game. Ansonia with a 2 lead here going into the bottom of the seventh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little difficult for Seymour right now based off what I've seen so far, but they do have the top of the order coming up. They got uh, only down three, new pitcher, maybe a little bit easier to hit than McDougal's been, but it'll still be a challenge.
Yeah, so we'll have to see here how Seymour handles the pitching change here. And McDougal, sophomore, Jackson Benjamin here, Zach, a freshman.
Oh wow, okay.
So Ansonia, as we said, very young. A lot of sophomores and freshmen, one junior and a couple of seniors. Other than Nick Ardito and looks like Ashmere Pedraza, the only two senior. Oh, excuse me, and Brendan Lynch. So three seniors, and the rest are all sophomore and freshmen. And we've had a sophomore pitcher who's one of the top in the league get them this far, and now they go to a freshman closer here in Brandon, excuse me, Jackson Benjamin to close out the game. So let's see more top of the order.
Jerry takes a massive cut at that fastball. Just got a piece of that one.
Two hard strikes here from Jackson Benjamin.
Yeah, I mean it's a learning curve. New pitcher, you don't know if he throws harder, what his different pitches are, off speed stuff, and there's an off speed pitch. It's high, but it's a bit of a takes a pitch or two to kind of gauge the difference, especially going from a left-hander to a right-hander.
Correct.
It can be kind of challenging for the Seymour team that's seen a lefty for three at bats.
Another high ball. 2-2's the count to Ruggiero. Zach, another thing here. McDougal's pretty tall. I think he's the tallest kid on the team. He's got to be well over 6 feet, maybe 6'2", 6'3". Uh, Jackson is not that tall, so I don't know. I always think like that delivery when you're
I think
taller,
the
right?
release point.
And he was a lefty, right? So he had that big windup. I don't know, for those watching and listening, remember the name of Randy Johnson? He kind
Yeah,
of reminded me a little bit of Randy Johnson, the way his windup was in his delivery. He kind of had that kick of the leg coming off the mound, which was a little bit not distracting, but as a someone watching,
that's
Ruggiero with a bomb
over. McDougal said
over
out to the
McDougal's
geese.
out. That could be all four here. Out to the geese. Will they send him home here?
Nah, he'll
No.
be in with a stand-up triple.
Wow. So we don't have a fence there and left, as we were saying before. So Seymour gets on early with
Yeah,
a triple
I
over the left field.
I think if there was a fence there, that would have been gone for sure.
Yeah.
And here comes Jacob Brito to bat. He has 2 hits today.
So Seymour, runner on third here, no outs. Jackson Benjamin started off pretty hot, two straight strikes, and then another hard swing. A little late on that, going right there, right?
Yeah, just a little bit, but timing was almost there.
So runner on third, no outs. Seymour down three here, bottom of the seventh. That was ball one. So 1-1 here for Brito. Freshman reliever Jackson Benjamin on the mound.
Ooh,
Oh, strike. Okay. They pointed to, which I thought meant ball, and I heard ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
oh,
Bomb again. Far center fielder going back. That's over his head. Wow.
I mean they are just unloading.
So Zach, we have not seen this offensive firepower from Seymour at all game.
No, and
Two two runs that were scored prior to this inning were errors.
yeah, it just
So
goes to show how well McDougal did of a job of controlling the top of the order, just the entire Seymour order as a whole. And here comes, I mean, some fast pitches, but just right through the middle of the plate on a tee. It's batting practice for this top of the Seymour lineup.
so Ansonia clinging to a 5-3 lead now, down or excuse me, up to bottom of the seventh, no outs, runner on second.
And
Shane
that
White with a
will get
rip.
through.
That would score. Oh, nope, they're gonna hold him.
It's a base hit. Well, I guarantee now you will probably see Shane White steal a base here. And I don't think they will throw down because then Jacob Brito will steal home.
So potentially, Ansonia coach coming out here to talk to his pitcher here. So Zach, we've seen 3 batters for Seymour. We've seen 3 hits.
Yeah. And they're all hard hit balls, too. It's not like they're.
Hard hit balls. We had 2 bombs, one to center, one to far left, over both players in a hard base hit down the third, well, up the third base line, I guess you would say, by Shane White here, third batter. So Seymour coach talking to the players at bat and the 2 base runners. So let's see, to your point, let's see if we see Shane White here steal second off of first, runners on first and second, or
I
excuse me,
guarantee.
first and third.
I guarantee he'll steal. I think the Ansonia pitcher just said, "Don't worry about him. Let him go down. We won't throw down. Just focus on the batter here." You got a 2-run lead. I know it's going to advance the runner, but you get an out here, 2 outs, and this is your 4 batter. Oh, he didn't go. Surprised, but like Seymour. Besides the top 4 or 5 batters, Seymour today, lineup hasn't been producing. So just focus on this as a big batter here for um, Ansonia to get out. And there goes Shane White.
And Ashbear throws. He's a senior, so
Uh,
I'm not surprised by that. I don't know why they didn't.
I would have. Brito should have went home there on the throw down to second.
Yeah, looks like he went back to the bag as the catcher Ashmere got up and threw. So now you got runners on second and third, stolen base by Shane White.
I mean, single scores 2 here.
Wow, strike. This guy Yeah, such a delayed motion. He's killing us here in the broadcast booth, Zach.
Yeah.
We don't have that home plate camera here for us. We'll have to work on that maybe for the next game.
Oh, we
Wow.
got him looking. And
So so one out here. Jackson Benjamin gets one down.
oh, that is one.
That's the first out here. So Seymour looks like former pitcher Denegris, right? Up to bat
Maybe get some run support for himself back.
in the dirt. Ball one. So umpire pointed, and this is what's throwing me off here. He pointed at it, and then with his left hand, and then he called the strikeout with the right hand. So we might need to get on the umpire dial phone and find out like if that's actual proper mechanics to
Yeah.
point and then strike. Maybe we can get Hirschbeck. I know he's a Connecticut guy, MLB lifer, umpires on many World Series. Maybe do a lifeline here to get a umpire here to see proper mechanics, because I don't know if that's proper mechanics or not to point and then call the strike. It's like ball three here, so we might have bases loaded. So 3-0 count to Seymour. Denegris, runners on second and third here. Ansonia clinging to a 2-run lead here, bottom of the seventh.
Oh, well, it's coming our way. Slowly, though.
Foul ball, 3-1 count to Denegris. I don't know, Zach. Do you give Denegris the green light here to whack one, or do you just have him take ball four?
It depends. I mean, yeah,
Wow,
he'll go. And
let the
that'll score two and
two
tie the
runs.
game.
Tie game here. McDougal bobbles it. So 5-5 Seymour here. But Zach, we've only got one out.
Well, that was a bit of a base running mishap there. The ball came home. Denegger should have went to second. Potentially got runner on second here. Now, I don't know how extra innings works for high school baseball, but right now we're on our way to extras.
Correct.
Um,
Umpire's saying something here. I don't know what he's saying. Looking over to the Ansonia bench and having some words, the home plate umpire. So I don't know if he was just letting them know what the score is. But 5-5, Seymour has tied it here, bottom of the seventh. Uh, Runner on first, one out. Another ball in the dirt for Jackson Benjamin.
yeah, it's been all sunshine and rainbows for the Ansonia pitchers up until this top bottom of the seventh inning.
So McDougal loses the win, uh, potentially. Now that's tie game. Denegris now potentially our winning pitcher. Hard cut there by Seymour. Aiden. Runner on first, one out. Bottom of the seventh, 5-5 game. Ball again in the dirt. I think,
It's got to be a 3-1 count, no?
yeah, 3-1, but that's got to be the sixth ball in the dirt here, Zach, for Benjamin, which
I,
is a little bit uncommon what we saw in the first 6 innings with McDougal.
I think he's trying to get him to. He's trying to bait him with that off-speed stuff, but
Yeah.
it's just not working right now.
Hard pitch, again, far back,
It's gonna almost hit a car.
bounced a couple times. Looks like we're in a full count, Zach. 5-5 tie game, runner at first for Seymour, and something that we haven't seen this inning.
Oh, maybe that wasn't a full count. Okay,
Nope.
now
Now we saw a lot of McDougal trying to pick off runners. We have not seen that at all here from Benjamin. Wow.
that's rope.
Another rope
Over.
hits the fence.
That
Gets
could.
caught. Stand up double for Seymour. Runner moves to third. Denegris.
And very emphatic there from Casey on second base. Celebrating that double. Now, this is where, if Denegris was on second when the throw came home.
it would be over. So
Yeah,
I think that guy watched the Anthony Edwards celebration the other night against the Phoenix Suns. I know that's not the same sport, but looks similar to the Anthony Edwards celebration against the Phoenix Suns. So we got a runner on second and third conference here, but the umpires, I don't know what's going on. They're calling the
pinch runner.
Ansonia coach.
I think he's mad about the celebration on second there. I don't think
Is
that's a
that a
thing in
thing in
baseball.
baseball,
No,
though? So
that's not a thing in
pinch
baseball.
runner on third. Denigris comes out. So we got runners. Seymour's got runners on second and third with one out.
You know what I do like though is pinch runner here. Balls have been in the dirt, gets by, guy with
Yeah.
speed, win the game on a pass ball. I mean, I know the Ansonia coach doesn't like it, and it's all sportsmanship, but if you're, a high school kid, big spot like that, big hit, you know,
So now I don't know what was going on. I don't know if the coach was complaining about
I think it was
sportsmanship,
the.
but I don't know what you can do.
There's nothing. It's not like basketball. You can get taunting or anything. You can't take it back. I mean, you threw the pitch. The ball was hit and play. There's nothing after. You can't give him a foul. You can't call him out. It's frowned upon in baseball, but it's part of the game.
So Zach, we've seen a lot of like stoppage here in this game, just with everything going on. So uh, you know, kind of interesting here. There's a lot of talking, a lot of jarring back and forth here with
Oh, they intentionally walked him.
oh wow. So bases loaded now, one out.
For Ben
Seymour
Fetzko.
Seymour with an opportunity here to either win it or take it to extra innings here. Exciting first game here for us, Seymour. Who knew?
Yeah.
Great game. First game here of streaming spring Seymour sports. So quick cut there by Seymour. So Zach, something I just noticed. So Benjamin is dialed in on the pitchers. This kid on third, his substitute that Seymour put in here for pinch run, has got a huge lead. He's not even looking at him. Not even trying to like
Oh yeah. No.
coax him back. He's just focused, dialed in on the batter here. So
Yeah.
one out, bases loaded, tie game here, bottom of the seventh here for Seymour.
What I don't like here is there's one out. Your outfield should be in. That should be the game.
Fly ball to left. McDougal over his head.
And there's a walk off for Ben Fetzko.
Wow. 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 So Ansonia here.
And they will.
Wow. So Seymour gets the win.
And there's.
Tough game here for Ansonia. Tough game. So Seymour comes away with the win, 6-5. They score 4 runs in the bottom of the seventh as Ansonia tacked on 2. Great game by McDougal, but Ansonia just couldn't hold on to it. A couple of big hits by Seymour, and they come out with the win, Zach.
They do. They do. I mean, it was very slow up until that seventh inning, but we finally got some action there.
Yeah, and there's some, you know, a lot of jawing back and forth between the umpires and coaches, I guess. But again, what do you expect? Seymour and Ansonia rivalry game. We had umpires in the stands. We had umpires on the field. But great game. Hats off to both teams. I mean, Ansonia is super young here. They play a lot of sophomores and freshmen. And Seymour, I know, is young as well. But hats off to both teams. I mean, great first game for us here streaming Seymour Sports. Congratulations to Seymour. They now move to 8-5. Seymour drops to 8-6. But again, division rivalry here for the league. Also for seeding for the NPL tournament. So congrats to Seymour for the win. Great game by Ansonia.
Yeah, and if you like rivalry baseball or softball, Friday night 6:30.
So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Seymour versus Ansonia. We'll be back at it, as Zach said, for Seymour softball versus Oxford under the lights up at Seymour High School on Friday night for a big rivalry game between Seymour softball and Oxford softball. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Friday.